Hi there. I have all this list of stuff that we need to go over.
Oh, okay.
And so where would you like to do this at?
All right. Can you show me with some of the list of stuff?
Sure. Hold on just a second. I pull it out. You know, first of all, the new OCC complaint for the false and illegal, holding 11/27/13 at San Francisco General, and I have the report there.
Okay.
The fact that it's incorrect, and of course, I want to question you as to how that's going to proceed, considering that I still haven't gotten the follow-up from OCC for the prior report that you took from me. I just want to understand, not only the rig process, but, how much longer this is going to continue.
Mr. Garza?
Pardon me?
What's the next complaint?
The next complaint I have is, what about the OCC, the false 5150, the thing that, my complaint about Mr. Ortega, where is that ever going to go or not going to go? As far as me being able to give him my statement at Northern Station, that I've never been called in for. Now, remember that when I go to OCC, I'm not even allowed in the building because, the people downstairs have been instructed to call the sheriff, even though when I've asked them what law I'm breaking, even the sheriff and the assistant sheriff have admitted that I can videotape in public buildings and, of course, naturally follow up on what I'm, legally entitled to. So, this is the problem I'm having. The same thing happened at San Francisco General. Am I going to have somebody, for example, yourself, go with me to San Francisco General to ensure that I can pick up my medical records now that it's been found out that not only was I dead right, but that I've been further harmed by all the delay, all the inhumanity, and all the facts that my medical and legal rights are constantly evaded. And as the LGBT gay liaison, it reminds me very much of the psych liaison treatment I've been having in the past. I mean, I've not been able to hold Miss Kelly Kruger accountable for the abandonment a year ago. And that propaganda was so harmful. I'm still, trying to have faith in my LGBT liaison for respect, compassion, honesty, because I want to see results so that it's fixed for everyone. The common good before the personal good. And so far, this is just going on and on and on. And then when I come back and tell you how it's failing and why it's failing, I'm still not getting any help. So there's a long list. The next thing I have, like I said, is somebody going to go to SFGH so that I'm not abused like I was last time and falsely arrested, because I want to go in, pick up the medical records of Ms. Glaycorn on 5/19 admitted that you saw the videotape too. I want to go in and go to patient advocacy there and file my complaints. I want to go to, medical records and speak to the director who broke the law in denying me and ask him about my damages and harm and videotape that. Let's not forget, this is all under programmatic access because the videotaping is what gives me, a feeling of trust, considering I have so much proof by videotaping that it's all been nothing but lies and deceit that I've been handed. And let's not forget that I have an adjustment disorder that everyone knows of, that I cannot adjust to disorder. And my videos show nothing but disorder. Have I had a meeting with the chief of police to push up the rig methodology and show him my videos? No, I would claim that's disorder, given what I have. Have I had, Ms. Kruger call me up to be accountable for her abandonment? No, I would claim that that's disorder, but I'm being fed that. Have I had my LGBT gay liaison representative say, well, Mr. Garza, we still don't have any results for you, but we still have those propaganda signs in the windows at every station giving people false hope. Well, that's disorder. All right, what's the next thing I've got down here? There was an interesting article just recently about Laura's Law that the Board of Supervisors is going to be listening to. Now, Laura's Law, lives on a false premise. The false premise behind Laura's Law, sir, is that, people, are refusing care. And the reason that's a false premise, because all my videos show is that I've never refused care. I've constantly sought it, and my legal rights to care and medical law enforcement have never been fulfilled. That is why Laura's Law is a false choice. Had the laws been enforced, people wouldn't get sick of trying to look for help, know that their police department doesn't stand behind them because they don't enforce medical law, Know that the sheriff doesn't stand behind them because they don't enforce medical law. But yet it's amazing that the law isn't enforced medically, but a person's going to be taken in against his will to be treated. And in my case, for example, I've got close to 2 years of me looking for health care. But yet the laws that are on the book to ensure that I get it aren't being fulfilled. But yet now we're going to create a law to further victimize people in this unfair society. I don't believe that's very compassionate. So these are several of the things. Like I said, I do have this, prior incorrect report. Also on the prior report that you took, that was the police incident report that we sent to OCC, I would like a copy of the 5150 manual because there it shows what has to be as far as the correct form. That form was not attached to it. I know you probably doubt me, but trust me, Mr. Yamaguchi, I'm dead right like I've been all along. And of course, now the other incident report, about the false, 11/27/13 holding at San Francisco General and another denial by the sheriff. So, here I am. I want to go to San Francisco General, pick up my records, but I no longer choose to be victimized. Do I call for civil standby? And what happens if the officers come out and then decide not to go on the grounds because they're going to try to default to the sheriff, and have it be an abrogation of, their duties and, of course, my legal rights? What happens if they decide not to and I go in and I'm harassed by the sheriff? Do I just videotape that and come back and say, aha, once again, set to fail? Or will you go with me to ensure that my rights, as my LGBT gay liaison, who I said, and I've always been honest about this, I want to have hope, but also I want results. I don't want to keep living, this life where I have no life and I'm dead right and I'm not receiving help. So will you go with me to San Francisco General? We can make whatever plans you want, whatever time is convenient for you, and then, maybe go a few other places. I did tell you that I went to the San Francisco Public Library to get a social worker and was asked to leave and not provided with those services. I don't know if I had told you, but, I would imagine you're not surprised. I'd like to go there and, correct them on their incorrect procedure, hold somebody accountable, videotape that, go to DPH, hold them accountable, go to Tom Waddell, pick up those medical records, hold them accountable, go to San Francisco General, hold them accountable. I'd like to be treated with some decency, some dignity, some humanity. So what can you offer me, Mr. Yamaguchi?
Okay, Mr. Garza. I'll take all the information you've just given me. I will contact the city attorney to get further guidance on how I should proceed, because clearly we've gone over this several times. For you viewers at home on YouTube, we have gone over this item by item with Mr. Garza on the telephone numerous times. The issue appears to be that every time he goes into a medical facility, when he films someone receiving those medical services, that's a violation of their rights for being filmed. And that's why the Sheriff's Department, from my understanding, is asking Mr. Garza to stop videotaping before he enters. And when he refuses to do so, they turn him away from the doors because he will capture others who are there for medical service, such as if you're at General receiving medical services and you did not want to be videotaped, Mr. Garza would be taping you.
And have I done that in the past, looking at the other videos, viewers? Or is this simply a red herring?
Again, this is what I was told.
And, excuse me, viewers, the last interjection that I want to make.
If you're going to interrupt, then I'm going to end this conversation. I will contact the city attorney. I will ask.
And I will return and continue to follow up. Now, the last interjection that I have to make regarding that bogus statement that he was making,